I'm sure you know who Marvin Gaye is, but do you know his story? Marvin Gaye Jr. was born April 2nd, 1939. He was a singer, songwriter, and producer who helped shape the Motown sound and earned him the nickname the Prince of Motown and the Prince of Soul. Gaye's father was a preacher and his mother was a domestic worker. Gaye sang at his father's church in Washington, D.C. In 1958, Gaye became a member of a nationally known doo-wop group called the Moonglows. The group recorded Mama Lucci and 12 Months a Year, but by the late 50s, doo-wop was dissipating rapidly, so the Moonglows disbanded and 20-year-old Marvin Gaye moved to Detroit, where Berry Gordy Jr. was forming Motown Records. Gaye set his sights on being a crooner. He enjoyed his first breakout success with A Stubborn Kind of Fellow in 1962, and then followed that up with a string of hits, including I'll Be Doggone in 1965, and You Heard It to the Grapevine in 1968, as well as a series of duets, most notably with Tammy Terrell and Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing in 1968. Gaye became his own producer for What's Going On in 1971, and it was the magnum opus of his career, a series of jazz-influenced songs about America's political and social woes. The concept of the album was to paint a picture of the landscape of America's African-American neighborhoods. What's Going On was a critical and commercial sensation, and it included chart-topping singles like What's Going On, Mercy Mercy Me, and Inner City Blues. All of this was in spite of the fact that Berry Gordy, fearing the political commentary as well as his stance on the Vietnam War, argued against its release. In 1972, Gaye wrote the soundtrack for the film Trouble Man, and the album mirrored his own insecurities. He would follow that up with a string of hits, including Let's Get It On in 1973, I Want You in 1976, and Here My Dear in 1979, which dealt with Gaye's divorce from Berry Gordy's sister, Anna Gordy Gaye. Gaye's growing addiction to cocaine worsened his issues. He struggled with crushing depression and was also indebted to the Internal Revenue Service. This caused him to flee the country, and he lived in exile in England and Belgium. During the 80s, he only worked sporadically. His comeback hit, Sexual Healing in 1982, was a worldwide sensation. The song signaled his comeback, but during the 1983 Sexual Healing tour, it was fueled with confusion and chaos, causing Gaye to fall into an emotional disarray. April 1st, 1984, during a family dispute, Gaye's erratic behavior caused him to initiate a fight with his father, who then shot him to death. The circumstances of his passing did nothing to undermine the artist's reputation. And in 1987, Gaye was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 1996, he received a Grammy Award for Lifetime Achievement.